All right, ready to dust off those textbooks and dig into a career in archaeology? We're going to unearth how to land your dream job in this field.
Yeah. It's a field that'll challenge your mind and your body, for sure. Got to be up for some serious brain work, but also that adventurous spirit, you know?
It's like Indiana Jones, but with fewer booby traps.
Yeah, way fewer booby traps, hopefully. And much more research and analysis these days.
Makes sense. So no ancient curses to worry about, but interview questions can feel like a challenge of their own.
True that. And that's where those RoleCatcher resources come in.
Exactly. They've got some really great tips specifically for nailing those archaeology interviews.
For sure. It's one thing to know the ins and outs of, like stratigraphy or pottery shards, but you got to know how to share that passion and experience so it clicks with potential employers.
So it's storytelling as much as it is, knowing your carbon dating.
You got it. So let's dig into some of those common interview questions and figure out the best ways to tackle them. Where do you want to start?
Well, how about the classic? Tell us about your experience conducting archaeological fieldwork. Seems simple enough, but I'm guessing there's more to it than just listing off dig sites.
Oh, absolutely. This is your chance to show them not just where you've dug, but how you've actually grown as an archaeologist.
So don't just hand them a resume with a list of digs.
Right. Think about it like this. Pick a project that really got you fired up. Describe the site, what you were hoping to find out, what methods you used.
Paint that picture for them.
Exactly. Were you all about ceramic analysis or maybe geophysical surveys? Underwater excavation. Now is the time to show off those specialized skills.
It's also a chance to highlight those soft skills, right?
Yeah.
Like teamwork, problem solving, being able to adapt stuff that's super important when you're out in the field.
Oh, for sure. Because let's be real, field work can throw some curveballs your way.
Yeah.
They want to know you can handle it. Maybe even share a quick story about a challenge you overcame on a dig.
I feel like that one time a bunch of monkeys ran off with your trowels.
Maybe not that, but you get the idea. Show them you can think on your feet, be resourceful, and bounce back from setbacks.
And speaking of being resourceful, that's where a tool like RoleCatcher can be a game changer. Their AI can actually analyze specific job descriptions and tell you what skills to really highlight.
It's like having a personalized cheat sheet for each interview, which is amazing.
Okay, so we've tackled the fieldwork question. What's next?
How about we unearth this one? What is your experience working with different types of archaeological material?
Okay, so this one sounds like it's all about showing off how much you know, right?
You got it. It's your time to shine and show them you're not just a one-trick pony. Have you worked with ceramics, lithics, maybe even ancient textiles?
Yeah, all that cool stuff.
Exactly. Give them a taste of your experience with each type of material, and don't forget to mention any special techniques or analyses you've learned along the way.
So even if you haven't had a chance to lead your own excavation just yet, having experience with a bunch of different artifact types can give you a leg up.
Absolutely. It tells them that you're down to learn, you can adapt to different research settings and questions. It's a good look.
Okay, this is making a lot of sense now. Be prepared, know your stuff, and show them you're eager to learn. It's also really cool how RoleCatcher can help you figure out which experiences to focus on for each job.
Right. It's like having a secret weapon.
Totally. Okay, let's be real. No archaeological dig goes perfectly smoothly. So how do you suggest answering that question about a challenging project? You know they're going to ask it.
Oh, 100%. All right, so think back on a project where things got a little hairy. Maybe the stratigraphy was a nightmare, or the weather decided to throw a tantrum, or maybe you were working with super limited resources. Whatever it was, the key is to focus on how you tackled that challenge. How'd you problem solve? What solutions did you come up with?
And what did you learn from that experience? Because let's face it, sometimes those failures teach us the most valuable lessons.
100%. It shows you're willing to learn and grow, which is huge. Okay, switching gears a bit. Let's talk about staying current in the field. You know they're going to ask about that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. How do you stay up to date with current archaeological research and trends? I feel like they're really trying to see if you're truly passionate.
Yeah, they want to see that spark. So this is your chance to geek out a little. Mention any academic journals you follow, like Antiquity or the Journal of Archaeological Science.
Those are the classics.
Right. Maybe you've been to some cool conferences or you're part of some online archaeology forums.
It's like showing them you're not just digging in the dirt. You're digging into research articles and connecting with other archaeology nerds, too.
Exactly. It's a whole community. And sharing those different perspectives is so important. Speaking of which, they'll probably want to know how you handle collaboration.
Yeah, because archaeology is definitely not a solo mission most of the time, right?
Yeah. Nope. You're always teaming up with experts from all kinds of disciplines: historians, geologists, anthropologists, even conservators.
So it's like a big puzzle, and everyone has a different piece.
Exactly. So when they ask about collaboration, give them some solid examples from your past projects. Did you work with a ceramic specialist to analyze pottery shards? Or maybe you teamed up with a surveyor to map out a site.
I bet those maps are super detailed.
Mm,
So it's about showing them you can communicate effectively, listen to others' ideas, and work through any disagreements respectfully.
exactly. Because at the end of the day, you're all working towards the same goal: understanding the past. And speaking of understanding, don't forget about the ethics involved. That's a big one.
Oh, for sure. Like respecting cultural heritage and making sure those archaeological sites are protected for future generations.
Exactly. So when they ask about the importance of archaeological ethics, make sure you hit those key points. Talk about getting the proper permits, working respectfully with local communities.
And following all those guidelines for handling artifacts.
Right. You got to treat those artifacts with respect. They've been around for a long time. Okay, let's shift gears one more time and talk about funding. Because unfortunately, passion doesn't pay the bills.
True that. Archaeological digs cost money, so grant writing and fundraising are essential.
Absolutely. So if you're interviewing for a research-heavy role, definitely play up any grant writing experience you've got.
Even if you haven't written a whole grant proposal yourself, being part of a team that did is still super valuable.
For sure. Show them that you get the process, you can articulate why a project matters, and you can tell that story in a way that'll get those funders excited.
It's like you're not just an archaeologist, you're a storyteller and an advocate for the past. Speaking of valuable tools, this feels like the perfect time to swing back to RoleCatcher. It really is. It's like having a secret weapon for your archaeology career.
Right. And RoleCatcher's Copilot AI. That takes it to a whole other level.
Okay, I'm listening. What's so special about this Copilot?
So picture this. You're prepping for an interview, right? You record yourself answering questions like you would on a real video call.
Makes sense. Gotta practice.
And then, get this. RoleCatcher's AI actually analyzes your video. It looks at everything you're pacing, your body language.
Whoa, Big Brother's watching.
Yeah.
But also, kind of cool.
Right. It's like having a personal coach giving you feedback on every little thing. Like maybe you're talking too fast when you get nervous, or your posture could use a little work.
So it's giving you that extra edge to really nail the interview.
Exactly. And the best part, the feedback is super specific. It tells you exactly what to work on so you can put your best foot forward.
That's amazing. It sounds incredibly valuable, especially when you're competing against a bunch of other archaeology grads.
Yeah.
But even with the free RoleCatcher account, you're still getting access to a ton of helpful stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. You still get those tailored interview questions, tips on how to answer them like a pro, and you can even save your faves for later.
Nice. So we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about everything from deciphering ancient pottery to landing those coveted archaeology jobs. But beyond acing the interview, what's your biggest piece of advice for someone who's serious about this career path?
Never stop learning. Archaeology is all about discovery, both out in the field and in your own research. So say yes to every opportunity that comes your way: conferences, archaeological digs, even volunteering at a local museum.
So it's not just about the textbooks, it's about getting your hands dirty.
Exactly. The more you immerse yourself in the world of archaeology, the more those doors will open.
It's like they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Although knowing your stuff definitely helps too.
Huh. Very true. And hey, don't forget to actually enjoy the ride. Archaeology is an amazing field to be a part of.
Couldn't agree more. So, to everyone listening who's ready to embark on their own archaeological adventures, embrace the unknown, get ready for some amazing discoveries, and remember, you've got this. With the right tools and a little bit of prep work, like those awesome resources from RoleCatcher, you can turn your passion for the past to a career you love.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And that's a wrap. Catch you all on our next deep dive.